For nearly a century, the car industry was straightforward. Germany, Japan, and the United States sat at the top. Mercedes, Toyota, Ford, these weren't just companies, they were national icons. That world is gone. The 100-year dominance isn't fading, it's collapsing at a shocking speed. What was once unthinkable is now routine. Mercedes, the pinnacle of German engineering, saw profits drop by nearly a third. Porsche, the symbol of luxury performance, lost 92% of its profit in a single year. Volkswagen announced massive job cuts. Stellantis posted billions in losses. The old guard was bleeding out, and every time one of these giants stumbled, the same name kept appearing: Volkswagen, BYD, a company most people outside China had never heard of 5 years ago. A company that didn't even start making cars until 2003. It began as a simple battery workshop. So how did a battery maker from China bring the world's auto titans to their knees? The official story, the one you'll read in every business magazine, is a classic underdog tale of brilliant strategy. And at its center is Wang Chuanfu. In 1995, the 29-year-old engineer started a battery workshop with a $40,000 loan. By 2003, he was the world's largest battery producer. Then he made a move that shocked everyone. He bought a bankrupt car factory. Investors panicked. The press called it a joke. Wang's logic was simple. The future of the car isn't the engine, it's the battery. And nobody understood batteries better than he did. While the world laughed, including Elon Musk on live television, Wang quietly executed 3 masterstrokes. Wang first, total vertical integration. While Tesla bought batteries from Panasonic and Volkswagen juggled hundreds of suppliers, BYD built almost everything in-house: batteries, semiconductors, motors, electronics, even headlights. When the global chip shortage hit, BYD simply kept its own factories running while competitors stalled. The boring bet on plug-in hybrids. While Silicon Valley chased pure EVs, Wang recognized that hundreds of millions of Chinese consumers, especially outside major cities, lacked charging infrastructure. Hybrids gave BYD access to a 500 million person market that pure EVs couldn't reach. Third, the Blade battery. In 2020, BYD launched its lithium iron phosphate Blade battery, cheaper, safer, and far less prone to fires. It allowed BYD to undercut Tesla on price while marketing superior safety. 4 years later, Tesla itself began buying batteries from BYD. Brilliant founder, vertical integration, smart market timing, breakthrough technology. It's a compelling story, but it's not the full story. From the beginning, BYD wasn't playing by the same rules. It had a silent partner with essentially unlimited resources: the Chinese state. Between 2015 and 2020 alone, BYD received roughly $4.3 billion in direct subsidies. In 2016, those subsidies exceeded the company's entire net profit. Without them, BYD wasn't just less profitable, it was losing money. The support went far beyond cash. Free factory land, zero-interest loans from state banks, massive tax breaks, and guaranteed government contracts for buses and taxis. On top of that, buyer subsidies meant every BYD sold in China came with a built-in discount. Analysts estimate the company effectively received up to $4,000 in public money per vehicle. Western automakers aren't just competing with a company, they're competing with a country. BYD became the chosen champion of Made in China 2025, Beijing's explicit plan to dominate the global auto industry. It could sell cars below cost for years and still show profits because the state covered the gap. Now, after years of explosive state-fueled growth, cracks are appearing. A GMT research report claimed BYD's real debt may be closer to 323 billion yuan, nearly 8 times the officially reported figure, much of it hidden through supply chain financing. The company pays suppliers on average 275 days after delivery, essentially using smaller vendors as interest-free banks. There's also the controversial practice of zero-mileage used cars. Dealerships register thousands of brand-new vehicles to shell companies to meet sales targets, then dump them on the used market, often leaving them to rust in massive lots. This raises a tough question. When BYD reports millions of sales, how many went to actual paying customers? Quality and labor issues are mounting too. Major recalls for steering and fire risks, widespread complaints about electronics, and in Brazil, prosecutors have accused BYD of conditions they described as analogous to slavery, including confiscated passports and 14-hour shifts. The financials are starting to reflect the strain. In Q1 2024, net profit fell 19% year-over-year, while global sales dropped 41%. Even Beijing has publicly warned that the ongoing price war is unsustainable.